Welcome to another video of the Azure Migrate series, covering the demo of the tool and its capabilities. If you have watched the previous videos in the series, you must already be aware of how a typical migration journey is divided into stages of decide, plan, and execute. In this video, we will cover the decide phase of the migration journey of a customer using Azure Migrate tooling. Talking about the discovery capabilities, Azure Migrate helps you discover servers across different environments, like VMware Hyper-V physical servers or servers running on other public clouds like AWS, GCP. Azure Migrate also discovers workloads like databases and web applications running on the discovered servers. The discovery is completely agentless, and no agents are pushed to any servers in your environment. You can also visualize network dependencies gathered from discovered servers that can help you analyze and group interdependent servers into applications. As part of prerequisites, you need to ensure that you have created an Azure Migrate project and deployed an Azure Migrate appliance. You should have configured the appliance and initiated the discovery. As covered in prerequisites, you need to deploy an appliance based on the environment you are hosting in your data center. After configuring the appliance and providing server credentials to perform guest-based discovery, like software inventory and agentless dependency analysis, you can initiate discovery from appliance and then review the discovered inventory from your Migrate project. Let's move on to a project that I have created for this demo, where I have already discovered the data estate that I intend to migrate. The new overview screen comes up, which helps me navigate through my migration journey in a structured manner. You can start by inspecting your inventory and fixing discovery issues, building a business case to understand the value of migration, creating assessments to plan your migration, and then finally execute and track your migration. At any point of time, you can seek help and support. Further, the new table of contents help you navigate discovered information, analysis reports, and track progress of migration or modernization. I see that we have 301 odd discovered workloads. To gather detailed information about your workloads, let's go to Inventory. Inventory helps you identify the infra, web, and data tiers of your applications, covering Windows, Linux, and SQL servers, as well as installed software. You can view all your workloads at a single place, and you can also analyze workloads such as databases and web applications present in a server by simply expanding inline. By default, you see the hierarchical view of the inventory, but you can switch to the flat list view as well. You may also choose to view your infra, data, and app workloads separately. We have also added the capability now for customers to export their complete inventory across different discovery sources with the details of their choice as a .csv file. Let's now look at one of the servers and understand more information about that server. I can see some basic information on the overview details, such as the hardware configurations, storage, and network information. You can also find more information on the software and roles and features on the servers by looking at the software inventory information. I can also see a few databases active on this machine and the tags for department and environment for this server. The Insights tab shows if an error was encountered in any of the discovery features on this server. As you review the inventory, you can add tags to servers, web apps, and databases. Tags are intended to help you categorize inventory efficiently, which is crucial for operations like filtering, creating scoped business case reports, assessment reports, etc. You can use tags to indicate environments such as dev, test, or prod department, or team such as finance, HR, etc. To understand and resolve all your issues and error at a single place, we have got you covered with the Action Center capability. Users can understand more about the errors and find out the resolution by clicking on the error ID. They can also view the number of affected workloads by a particular error, the features which are being affected by the error, and which of the errors are most recent. Users can view these issues by affected workloads as well, where they can see all issues pertaining to a machine at a single place, thereby quickening the issue resolution process. Now that you have reviewed the discovered servers, workloads, software, and security insights, you can see how Azure Migrate provides a holistic view of your estate. But we have learned this from multiple customers that often they set their migration goals based on the applications they intend to move to Azure and not just for individual servers, databases, or web applications. Azure Migrate now supports application-centric experiences in Azure Migrate that help you effortlessly organize discovered workloads into neatly defined applications, evaluate TCO and cost savings for them using a scoped business case, assess the applications to get recommendations across different migration strategies, and plan and execute migration and modernization of applications in waves. You can start defining your applications in Azure Migrate by analyzing network dependencies across the servers in your data center. Till now, you could only view the incoming and outgoing dependencies at a per-server level. But now we are bringing a multi-server visualization that helps you find the boundaries of a multi-tiered application so that no workload powering the application is left behind during migration. In the new visualization, you can observe the dependencies across all discovered servers where agentless dependency analysis was auto-enabled and network connection data was successfully gathered. The visualization makes it easy to identify servers that are tightly coupled and exhibit high affinity in the way nodes are arranged in the view. The intuitive user controls and interactions help you easily navigate through the view, explore server dependencies for scale environments without complexity. To analyze the application boundaries, you can scope the view by searching for specific server names or applying filters on the network attributes gathered during dependency analysis. You can also zoom in on a cluster and start analyzing the dependencies between server nodes. You can select a server to highlight its immediate dependence, review the server details and network connections coming in and out of that server. Here, I have selected the AirSonic backend server, and the Connections tab shows the number of connections and the strength of dependencies observed between the server and each one of its dependents. You can expand the connection summary to get a deeper understanding of the dependencies at process and port level. These interactions can help you easily differentiate between the recurring and ephemeral connections so that you can group the high-affinity servers logically into an application group. After reviewing the details, you can multi-select AirSonic Web Server and its closest dependents and add a common tag application, AirSonic, to identify them as an application group. The tag can help scope these servers later to define a first-class application object. Now that you have identified application boundaries through multi-server dependency visualization, you can define an application by logically grouping the interdependent workloads together. To define an application, you can either start from All Inventory Summary card on Overview or from Explore Applications on the left menu. You can either define a new application one at a time or use the CSV import to group workloads into applications at scale using the information maintained in your CMDBs. Let's see how you can define a new application. You start by providing the basic details such as name, description, and type of the application. You can then proceed to link workloads with this application by scoping the workloads you had tagged after reviewing the dependencies. Here, I scope the All Inventory using Application tag and selecting the workloads belonging to the AirSonic application. After linking the workloads, you can provide important application properties such as criticality, complexity, publisher, and technology stack. You can choose to associate tags with the application object. Proceed to review the added details and create the application. You can now find the recently defined application in the list view, where you can at any time review and refine the application by editing the basic details, adding, removing workloads, and updating the properties or tags. You can also choose to select one or more applications to either delete the unwanted objects and ungroup the linked workloads, or to create scoped assessments to start planning the optimal migration strategy for your applications. Now that you have reviewed your inventory, analyze dependencies between your servers to create application groups, you can go ahead and analyze the ROI of moving these applications to Azure by building a business case and then continue to plan the migration of your workloads using Azure Migrate.